Okay, I'm leaving our star hotels. As you can see, it's called the Michelangelo. Janet and I have been staying here for 30 years. And I'm going to take a walk around the walls of the Vatican. In my old days when my knees were younger, I used to do this every day. There's the St. Peter's right outside our front door. There's our hotel. And I'm going to take a walk, try out my new iPhone, getting ready for making videos of our trips that our group is coming here in a couple days for our St. Paul cruise. And I'll share videos and pictures along the way and give you help you feel like you're walking along with me around the walls of the Vatican. It's always nice to come back to the Eternal City, Rome, and see all the famous sites and our favorite sites and friends and colleagues along the way. I started clockwise around. You'll see the red dot. That's our hotel. This is kind of a quiet area around, but we get to the museum in St. Peter's Square soon enough. The first arrow points to the Vatican museums, the second one to the security lines, and then to St. Peter's Square, and the last one is our hotel. This is the massive Paul VI audience hall. And that is where the Synod on Synodality is taking place right there. There's the Dome of St. Peter's behind the trees. And earlier today when we went out to lunch, we saw all of the delegates coming out with their name tags on. We even saw Bishop Barron, but I didn't bother him. I didn't want to say hello or bother him, but we saw him here too. So here we are going to cross the street, and I'm heading over to the walls just beyond there, and it's about 2.5 miles. It's always best to use these crosswalks. You can run across if you want, but it's better to wait. This is a new entrance with the Swiss Guard. I haven't seen that entrance open in 20 years or so. That's new. Now we're going to walk up along these walls. Old bricks. A lot of construction going on. There used to be apartments up there that Janet and I would rent for a week or 2 or 3 when we came to Rome, but they don't rent them out anymore. Now it's only for long-term use. Now here's another stairway up, and I'm going to run up this step, try out my new knees, see how they work. Doing pretty good. They're titanium and polyethylene now, but in my younger days, I used to run up and down these steps fast for exercise in the mornings when I walked around the walls of the Vatican. Here's a picture of my knees now. With parking so hard to find and gas about $8 an hour, you find these little smart cars everywhere. That's the main road we walk on a lot. And this is the trestle. Used to be a train trestle across the main road where the popes used to come in. This is their main transportation in and out of the city, but they don't use it anymore now. But used to be in use a lot back in the old days. They'd go in that gate. This is how they did their international travel. You gotta be careful around this corner because the sidewalk ends and the wall is right there, and the cars, they cut this corner sharp and fast. So there we go. Connect with this little tiny sidewalk for the rest of the way down this road. This is a date palm tree like those in Israel. Here are the dates. Another corner where the sidewalk ends. gotta take the kind of quick and careful. Ubiquitous motorcycles, also better for parking and gas. All over Europe and all over Rome, you have these scooters, and you can just scan right there, and you can rent these things and drop them off whenever you want. And there's a lot of these around here. We're now around to the Vatican museums, and the lines are already long at 5:30 at night. You can see the lines going
Time
into the
30
Vatican
minutes.
Museum,
Distance 1.16 miles.
Normally
Average
when you're here,
pace
the lines
25
would be
minutes,
half an
48
hour,
seconds per
maybe
mile.
Half an hour to, I'm sorry, it could be a half a mile to a mile. But even here now, you see the lines are long and massive. People sitting around waiting. It's really become almost, well, at least very difficult to bring groups here to the Vatican Museum. Now you see the rest of the line here, and it's almost closing time, and still, look at the line. And there's our favorite gelato shop. When we bring the kids here, they always want to run over to the old bridge. They have so many flavors, it's unbelievable. "2025, next year, is a year of Jubilee here in Rome, and it's going to be busy, but the holy doors will be opened. It's very special, and only every 25 years. So for a lot of people, it's once in a lifetime. And we're bringing a group here in May, so watch for that. It's going to be a great trip. We're going to see all of Italy, from Milan all the way down. It's called the Saints and Shrines of Italy, but we'll also be hitting all the highlights of Rome. And there you can see the advertisement for it, saying, here we go, it's the Jubilee year, 2025. At the corner of Borgo Pio and Angelica, this is the main entrance, one of the main entrances into the Vatican. There you see a Swiss guard. He's not in the colorful uniform, but he's there guarding. You don't see immigrants swarming into this walled city. They have tight security here. Okay, this is St. Peter's Square. There you see the colonnades and all the saints up there greeting you as you come into the church. Look at that, all the major saints up there. This is the line, even now at this late hour, 5:30, the line to go up to security, and that line wraps all the way around over there. So it's not easy to get in here anymore. I think it's a matter of crowd control, to be honest. And right up through here is the entrance to go into the Pope's residence, where twice I got to go up and have Mass, Janet and I, with John Paul II early in the morning. And we got to talk to him afterwards, and he gave us a rosary, and it's kind of cool to have touched a saint. See, even at this late hour of 5:30, it's going to close soon. We still have this line of people waiting to get in. And unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with some of that on next Tuesday. But we'll manage. We'll get here early in the morning and be one of the first ones like we always do. So just a quick tour. That's the entrance of St. Peter's Square right there. And there's the colonnades. They represent the arms of the church reaching out to welcome all the people of the world. And when you come in, you see this where this obelisk was in Egypt. It saw the Holy Family, and Abraham and Moses passed by it. And it was in the shadow of this that St. Peter was crucified upside down. And as you come in, you see these two big fountains, one here and one over there. It reminds you of the need for baptism and cleansing before you come into the house of the Lord. And now they're under wraps remodeling, but there you have Peter and Paul, who are there to welcome you with open arms. And there's the apostles up on top saying, welcome into the joy of the kingdom of God, the church. And there's Jesus up there and John the Baptist. All the saints, look at them all. We have at home a book that lists them all and who they are. Fantastic. Hall of Fame, so that you can, once you go in that door, St. Peter's, there's a holy water font that you dip your fingers in, and you see the Piazza. And then up front is a big canopy, old tomb of St. Peter, and you go beyond that, and there's the big chair held up by the angels in the light, and the doctors of the church under it pointing to the chair of St. Peter. I'll tell you what, makes me glad to be a Catholic. I love coming here and seeing the glory of Christianity, which has been here for 2,000 years. Now this has been here for almost 500-600 years, but the glory of Rome and the deaths of Peter and Paul makes one proud to be a Catholic. That's all I got to say. Well, this is what we'll be doing in a couple days, bringing our group of 2 buses through here. Have a flag up there so they know where they're going, and we start early and miss the big crowds. There you can see the Swiss Guard. They're guarding the entrance, actually, of the auditorium, the Paul VI auditorium right now, where all the Synod on Synodality is going on. We're in there talking to each other and listening to each other. In a short time, they'll all be pouring out of there and going out for dinner. So that's pretty much our walk around the city. Although we still have a little ways to go back to the hotel. We gotta go. We're told to help the poor and to give to the needy, but when I come to Rome here, there's so many people sitting on the sidewalk. I know a lot of them are gypsies who make a living out of this begging. I don't know who's the poor, who to give to. So I always come here to Donna de Maria, Missionaries of Charity. That's Mother Teresa's, and I just dropped off some money as a donation. That way I'm helping the poor in Rome by giving it to them, because they know who to give it to. And she went in and got me these 2 holy cards and some Mother Teresa medals. Very nice. So now I have a clear conscience. I helped the poor in Rome, and I did it through the sisters, the Missionaries of Charity. This water, by the way, all over Rome are these fountains, and that water is good to drink. This is good water. You can fill up your water bottles, and I'll show you if I can get a video of this, but it's very good. It tastes good, and it's healthy water. This is our favorite restaurant in Rome. We've eaten here I don't know how many hundreds of times for the last 30 years. They have pictures of our family up on the wall in there. And it's closed now for, wait, it'll open again for dinner at 7, and we're gonna come have dinner there. One of the things I like is all over the place you see priests and seminarians, and I don't have any in the picture now, but nuns are everywhere walking too.
Miles, average pace, 28 minutes, 59 seconds per mile.
The Porta Cavalieri, and our hotel is right down there. Well, thanks for joining me on that adventure around the walls of the Vatican. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I got some good exercise. My knees did a good job for me, and I'm sure glad I did it.